on the audio. We get some
So that
bumpers.
way we can match
Oh,
it.
wait.
Match it up. I gotta put my headphones on.
We're live. We get some bumper.
We'll try to figure this out here. I have 64 gigs, so.
That's what I'm talking about, folks.
Alright.
I'm just gonna do clapper one more time.
Shit.
Just cause it's gonna really help the sync. Bam. I'll be able to see that on the video.
Oh yeah, the
Get that
sound
back
clip.
up. Yeah. Fourth floor of the Nakatomi Towers.
I'm gonna open this cold drink right here.
Oh my god. Turn that down.
That's so good.
Man.
Every time. These full throttle, True Blue.
Yep. Tuesday, what is it, April 12th?
Yes, sir.
Got all kinds of baseball to report on.
You
I'm
know.
here with the one and only
Dutch Chattahoochee.
Undercover Officer Dutch Chattahoochee.
With my Bison's jersey, Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, we're going to take down some crime. And the bump music...
But see, I don't look too suspicious because they're like, oh, he's just a baseball fan. They don't think I'm an undercover cop
No.
with a set of skills with a black belt underneath my pants.
See, that right back down. I got to remember to turn it off.
I said pants kind of weird. I said pants. My pants.
I like it. We could do... I can't really do accents, but we could try.
I have some. They're not very good, but I have them.
That's all good, but all kinds of stuff to talk about. We got our donuts. We, for the few listeners that we do have, the technical battle this morning was OBS. We thought we could maybe stream because Earl's camera worked last time,
Oh no.
but we didn't. I forgot what our problem was, but we could actually see it. And
Yeah.
this time we can't even see it, so it's as usual.
So we're
Same equipment works differently on a different day. As far as I can
So,
tell, there's no difference.
we're recording this now, and I'm looking up because I have a 64 gigabyte card in there. I'm like, how long does this record? Okay, so 64 gigabyte card has enough space for approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes.
So we're gonna blow out the card.
Well, that's at 4K, but if I shoot at a standard 1080p, which I have it on,
Low res.
it's 5 hours. So they should pick this all up.
Yeah, it's like, like I was watching Magnum PI back in the 80s. What was that old ass television show shot on, right? That was great.
That was.
It wasn't 4K,
Dude,
I'll tell you that.
We went over this in class yesterday. The recording, it was like 29.9.
Oh, right, the NTSC or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, 29.97.
I should know this because I've been working. I stayed up pretty late working on that damn Paradise project.
I'm the worst student.
You got a
Sorry,
measure.
Mr. Taylor. I'm the worst student.
He's working with us though.
He's got patience. I don't know where to begin. I got some topics. I'm always.
Here's where we'll begin with tonight missions. Road Riders. Your boy will be there. Dutch Chattahoochee.
Where'd you get the tickets?
I bought them off the website, the
Oh,
missions
nice.
website.
Yeah, I gotta check and see when the season tickets kick in.
Now, so I'm going with somebody who's never been, so I hope he's prepared to sit through.
Dragging him to a baseball game, are you?
He said, "Oh, I want. It sounds fun." Okay, well, let you know, 9 innings.
It is fun. Yeah.
And then my other friend too, that's going. We sitting in front of him because I gotta sit on top. I gotta sit on top of the dugout. I'm not gonna sit in a row between a bunch of people. Hell no. So I'm sitting in the dugout, and I'm sitting in front of my friend.
Oh,
right?
you got tickets right on the top of the dugout?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was just like the LMB.
Around the same area, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we'll be there.
How much were those? I'm just wondering the difference because it's only $30 to be on top of the dugout.
Yeah, that's what it was. 30
Oh.
piece. I bought 2 of them.
It's such a deal, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's a Spurs ticket on the floor? That's got to be hundreds, if not
Well,
thousands.
yeah, if you're that close to a basketball game. But then again, this fucking town worships the Spurs, and I don't understand it. Why?
I mean, it's cool. I like going to Spurs game, but I just like the discrepancy between the floor ticket and then like on top of the dugout for an LMB game. But back to your Saltillo Saraperos fandom, Vladimir Balantin. We watched him play, and I was like, I know that dude. He played for the Mariners and some other guys. and I went down the rabbit hole with the Japanese baseball, and no shit, Roger Maris of Japanese baseball broke the single season home run record, still stands today.
I know they're
60. Because honestly, in Major League Baseball, people weren't like, well, I'm not going to count Barry Bonds, right? Because that was juice. So the real home run season record is 61, which is amazing. And that barely broke the Babe Ruth record of 60 that stood forever. So Sadaharu was at 55. Couple dudes like Tuffy Rhodes, and I forget the other guy, Alex, I don't have it in front of me, but two guys tied him. And then Sadaharu managed teams refused to pitch to those guys, so the record would not get broken.
Because they want a Japanese guy to have it.
And then Vladimir Valentin shows up, and I believe it was 2013. I'll have to look. I actually have notes for this show, but I don't know where they are. But he gets to 55, and then they start the game again. Like, is this guy Gene actually going to be allowed to do it or pitch to him? And where's my notes? 2013, yeah. And then I think there was so much time left in the season. They're like, dude, they're just gonna have to throw it over the plate sooner or later.
Because there's gonna be situations where you can't.
Yeah, I guess you just couldn't
him.
walk him forever.
Yeah.
So sure enough, cranks out number 56. Record's gone there. Guy Gene has it. So you pitched him the rest of the season, and 60 dingers. That's crazy in any league.
60 is a lot. Yeah.
And we just sat there for $30 and watched that dude play. And now he's in the greatest stadium in the world in Saltillo.
Personally, my favorite part of sitting that close to the field is, yes, the game use is awesome, but I'm sure you noticed as well, it's cool to see the little interactions between the players.
Oh, yeah.
Like what they're doing between the innings, during the innings and stuff. That's my favorite part, honestly. But I want to go and beat Rowdy tonight.
That's awesome. And I got my Saltillo jacket.
So people ask, why'd you choose Saltillo? I said, man, when we were going to the team, I was like, I'm a Mariners fan. I like the S. Saltillo's it. So
Saltillo's it. I did some research because I was like, man, I really want to take a road trip to see those stadiums. And here's a couple rabbit holes that I found out.
What's that?
One thing about Saltillo is it's a big auto manufacturing. That's why they got this Mercedes-Benz symbol.
Dude, I was so fucking shocked they were sponsored by Mercedes.
Yeah, there's like all kinds of car makers in Saltillo are manufacturing cars down there. And then I was like, okay, well, cool. If we're going to drive across the border and get a hotel. I looked at Expedia hotels. Like, I was looking for midday. I'll get like a hall pass from the fam, probably just for like one day. Like, don't get in trouble. Go see a Mexican game for one night. Wednesday night, Expedia, hotel in Saltillo, according to Expedia, was $0.
One night?
I was like, how is anything $0?
Maybe.
So I was like, well, I'll just book it because I can't lose $0.
Yeah.
So I was like booking a hotel in Saltillo for like the middle of May, and then it was like there was like, well, they're gonna ask for a deposit so you don't like Rockstar destroy the room.
Right.
For like $89 when you get there, but for some reason there's like travel. I don't know. It turned out to be $127. I was like, well, I'm not going to book it, but it shows up as $0. There's all these hotels and like nice hotels in Saltillo for $0.
It's one of those fucking stupid ass. The prices when you pay for it. I hate those things.
I don't know what that is, but if it's $0, I'll just book all rooms all over Mexico and
we'll rent
go
the
check out baseball.
Or maybe if you're there for the game, you get a free room.
So yeah, Vladimir Valentin, Nippon League. Home run, single season record, and then the other thing I discovered about Saltillo besides the $0 rims in the Mercedes-Benz dealership was, I can't remember, but Julio Franco's the manager for the Arcereros. I was like, I know that guy looks familiar, but Julio Franco was so huge and jacked when he played that when he's just like, I'm not hitting the gym every single day for 4 hours, he looks a little bit different, if you remember Julio Franco from his playing days. But
I remember the name, yeah.
I got that. I got, and I can go in no particular order, but I'm such a windbag girl that I was like, I need to have a dedicated segment for you to educate me, and then I shut up, and that's going to be the mound segment today. The history of the mound.
You want to talk about?
Well, no, I'm just saying we're doing roadmap right now,
Okay, yeah.
and then we'll get into a segment because my segment.
Now, we both agree that Roki Sasaki is a great segment.
Yeah, Roki Sasaki.
We'll talk about him.
Because I don't really have
Japanese stud.
Major segment. My segment is like when you come back from Halloween night and you have that bag full of all kinds of little candies. That's basically my segment because I got Roki Sasaki and his 18-year-old catcher Ko Matsukawa, graduated from high school a month ago, catches the flippin' perfect game. We already covered kind of the Vladimir Valentin, but I got some interesting Gaijin playing in Japan. One of them was just, they're just rabbit holes. Like Darnell Coles is one of my Japanese baseball cards, but he played Major League Baseball for a lot of years. And I was looking at him, at Darnell Coles' career, and he was a first-round draft pick in 1980. Well, that's like a pretty interesting draft because first overall in 1980 was Darryl Strawberry. Also in that draft, Billy Beane, Mr. Moneyball himself, now a general manager.
When did Doc Gooden come out? When did he go?
He might have been a year before. I can't remember.
He was close.
But him and Darryl were,
Yeah.
but I don't think they may have come out the same year. And then I got a lot of UTSA baseball review. Steph Malone got touched up a little bit with ODU, but he's been so lights out all year. There's no telling if that's a bad umpire and what's going on there. I give that man the benefit of the doubt. He's having a legendary season. But UTSA went out and saw him Wednesday, and then UTSA took 2 out of 3 from Old Dominion.
Speaking of Steph Malone.
Steph Malone. Yep.
Nobody has perfect games every single time, so he's allowed to have one bad game.
Yeah, and
one bad game.
The dude is awesome. So that's kind of was the Old Dominion. But I went out and watched him on Wednesday, and I couldn't get there because of T-ball practice, which is awesome. I got there like in the 3rd inning, and they were down. I think it was like 4-2, and then UTSA just exploded for offense.
I saw your pictures.
Oh, dude, the final score was 14-4. So I watched him go from 2 to 14 runs. I watched him put up 12 runs. I think they scored 11 in an inning. It was insane.
And when was this, Saturday?
Yeah, and so I was like making little notes on the scorecard of kind of UTSA so I can profile some of those guys. And then we can talk Japanese movies and also an American movie about Japanese crime. One of my favorite movies of all time, Black Rain.
I'm not too familiar with a whole lot of Japanese movies, but Battle Royale.
What is that the Bond one?
No, Battle Royale is basically like these, I think they're like middle school students, and they literally have to fight to the death.
Oh, that sounds awesome. And that's a Japanese movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll talk, we'll tease that out, we'll talk about it later.
We'll tease that. So, yeah, I just have a bunch of like random grab bags, and then we can...
What do they say, little nuggets? You got your little nuggets?
It's just all nuggets.
Little nuggets.
I mean, mainly it's like we can, Roki Sasaki, but... And Mr. Nakatomi really is appreciating our Japanese coverage, because I just kissed Major League Baseball goodbye. Oh, another thing I want to profile that's kind of cool, I don't really understand, like, Twitter makes sense to me. You scroll through it, and you, like, click follow.
Yeah.
And when you use one social media's like interface, like I know how it's like going from Windows to Apple. Like you just brain lock, like I don't fucking know how, so I'll just stay with Windows forever. Same thing with Instagram. So I was like, well, like push our social media profile. And there's this really kick-ass graffiti guy who's having a show on Easter, and he's on Instagram. All the graffiti dudes are on Instagram.
Oh, he's gonna go live or something?
Well, I was seeing if we could do like a podcast from his show. I was like, that might be cool if we could figure out how to do remotes. Start going to baseball fields and go to cool stuff. Pick up a few listeners here and there.
I think baseball, going to an actual game would be cool.
That would be super cool.
Because I wonder how much it would cost to buy like a booth or something. Not a booth, what do you call it? A box?
Yeah, well, it's something like that. And there's like a local card show coming up, so stuff like that. But anyway, I thought his stuff was cool, so I started like messaging him or something like that's really cool art. You got this show? Can we go? He's like, yeah, I don't know. What are you guys trying to do? I was like, it's stupid. We just like baseball and punk music, and nobody listens to us. But what's your aunt's name again?
Cheryl.
Aunt Cheryl.
My wife listens as well.
Yeah, I think a couple of my buddies are still kind of tuning in.
So that's 2 people.
Our anchor numbers are down, but I'm not worried about it because like we're not done. You just got to keep pushing the ball forward. Like once we start doing like remotes.
This is our 10th episode. This mini.
This is 10, and then you do some remotes. You do some stuff on location, and start going to games, get some interviews. But anyway, he just random. So I don't understand Instagram. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I gave that dude a bunch of. I had some kind of really cool colored spray paint cans that I gave to him. And I'm really looking forward to going to his show.
What's he do? What the fuck is a graffiti show?
I don't know. There's like these old kind of like warehouses downtown, and he'll contact the owners, you know, because the buildings kind of look fucked up anyway. He's like, hey, can I paint your wall? Essentially, do you care? It's like he's paying for the paint, he's doing all the work, and then the owners are like, yeah, go ahead, dude. And then he finds other like awesome artists, and they're painting that big ass San Antonio Spurs coyote, and they're using all these like kind of Fiesta colors, like San Antonio Fiesta colors, so it'll be cool.
Got the iPod ready to go for later.
Yes.
So that way, it ain't like last time I tried to play music.
So that's random. And then the other last thing I'll end with before I kick it back to you is I brought in my kiting magazine. And I'm going to hold it up because we have our camera going because we couldn't figure out live stream.
What's funny is I hope I changed the setting on the camera to 1080 and not 4K. Because if it's on 4K, you're only going to get like an hour and a half of this.
Yeah. Well, probably, knowing us, it'll go sideways and chop off in 45 minutes.
Or the fucking video's going to record in all black somehow, black and white.
But, yeah, that's pretty much what I got. I'm just going to show you a kite roll and see what you think of that.
The hex box? Dude, so...
It's crazy, man.
It's totally random, but I'm thinking, because it's a kite... You know how certain bands run their merchandise into the ground? Like, they put their logo on everything?
Yep.
That's going to be us. Just put 3BGB on everything.
We could do that, or we could go more rare. Like, make it like, if you have one, it's super valuable.
You know the most rare thing?
What's that, bud?
Take one of these little foam things off the mic, put a 3BGB logo on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, there's a way to get logos on these little
Oh,
cards.
absolutely.
I don't know how to do that.
You can get stickers or something.
Like Channel 5 News knows how to do that. I don't know how to do that. look at this one. They look like little ducks.
Oh, the duck kite.
For the listeners who can't see what I'm showing Earl pictures of silly kites because I'm just off.
It's always funny to see a podcast and they do kind of like they do video and audio, but they're always like talking about stuff. And someone's like, "Oh wait, this is gonna suck for just listeners."
Yeah, it's gonna suck for listeners. I think for the video we can find the happy medium because like if you come over and
on Anchor you can upload video too.
Oh yeah, you can.
Because I watched the Sony Philadelphia podcast on what do you call it, Spotify, and they have video. Okay. So I don't know if you need to like record into Anchor or not, but regardless, this video will be somewhere on the internet.
I mean,
YouTube,
it's ridiculous.
3BGB on YouTube. You literally type it in, and there's the 3BGB logo. Not the guy.
Yeah, it's absurd.
It's dropping shit.
The
technology. They can't see right now. There's a lot of fucking cords on the ground.
There's cords. There's cameras. There's like this. The camera from that goes over here to the.
That's probably like a fucking 4-foot cord USB thing. That's alright. This is our 10th episode. We're getting there.
Number 10. We'll just keep pushing the ball. We'll put on my Saltillo jacket and suit it up.
I've got my Vlad Guerrero Jr. Bison's jersey on.
I think there's a level of pomp and showmanship involved in underground baseball journalism, which we're involved in. Because
it's like the punk of baseball journalism.
Well, I think that
sponsored by
mainstream. I mean, Ken Rosenthal's he'll throw on the bow tie. You know, if these dudes are doing a Major League Baseball team, they'll suit up. But some of the journalism I'm seeing is like, whatever. I'll just throw on a polo, and I'd go out just throw my sack out there without any kind of respect for the Howard Cosell mustard blazers of the past. And it's just like, well, that's the past, this is the future, and the future is we just get to wear
whatever we want.
Bullshit without trying, and that's not what we're doing here at 3BGB. There's level
Blazers are cool. You have a blazer. My blazer is coming soon.
I have blazers. I got a tie. I don't like wearing ties, or maybe I do, I don't know, but like...
I think you do, but you say you don't.
It's a dedication to underground baseball journalism. That's what
absolutely.
But I guess that's the roadmap, which is no kind of roadmap at all. But we can get into...
And we are prepared because we always have notes.
Well, I don't let you
listen
talk.
to that ripple.
That's my problem.
My wife was saying
that was good sound.
You hear that? That's a riffle of paper. You hear that?
That's all
Those are called notes.
That's all I got.
Papel, paper.
Well, I got notes on the UTSA Stephen F. Austin game. Oh, another thing about the. So I talked to Luke Malone after the game. Nicest guy ever.
Oh, he actually got
Yeah, I talked to Pat Hallmark, the head coach.
Yeah.
And
Did you call him Wheels last week?
I told him, I was like, dude, I looked at your career, man, you were fast as shit. And he kind of smirked. He was like, that's the one thing I could do. I was
He slaps his leg. He's like, this old caballo, this old horse here can run.
He was such a class act. He's kind of a great coach, but I always like, because I wanted to talk to him first, because if you're a head coach, you got nuts like me trying to like talk to your players. Like, I'd kind of like to know that. So I was like, hey man, I've been DMing with Luke Malone, trying to get some NIL, name, image, likeness contracts lined up. Talk to a couple of your guys. You know, it's a retarded podcast. Who knows if anybody's listened to it? We're having fun, and we talk about baseball and punk music.
19 subscribers on YouTube.
There
Somebody's
you go.
interested.
So somebody's interested.
Yeah.
We got a former college baseball player, so I think it's all kinds of fun.